Everyone, this video is the continuation of a part 2 quiz application. In the last video we have created the database with this table, and in that Visual Studio, that MVC application, we have created that MVC application. In the application MVC application we have added that entity framework and some of that controller that are, you can see that account controller, admin controller, home controller and quiz controller. Mostly that account controller is for login, because in this video we are going to create that one a login form. Once that employee will log in, that if it's succeeded, then they can add that question with answer and multiple option. So just for one time run the application. Now you can see here that is a home, quiz and admin, okay, and that employee login. So in that we are going to build that employee login here. Just run that one. You can see that once you are going to login will be succeeded, then here it will be so that particular user, that employee name and that logout option, and that times once that login will be succeed, then this admin should be activate. So now let's close that. Now we can start. We already added that one, that created that folder and added one view model, that you can see that it's a view model. Now I'm going to design. First we are going to open that one account controller. In the account controller, if you look that one, I've added that one, that this one is that one action method, another one is that post action method, that one admin view details. Because in the, if you will look that one, this one admin view detail, there is a two properties, one is a username, another one is the user password. Okay, now start that one. Open that account index.cshtml. First I am going to add some CSS. Now you can see here I have added some that CSS. Okay, now we can start that there is a, I have added that field set and legend, and legend I am going to write like a employee login, so it will be the employee login. Okay, and I am going to call that one, that admin view model is already called. Now let's start with the using statement and HTML.begin form. Begin form first will be the index. The another one is that your account. And now, and the form method is that this will be the post. Now next one is that your div, that will be the, so I'm going to write like a class container. This one will be the container, that another div, this div I'm going to add, this will be form group, that is the form group. Now in the form group, first need to add the HTML dot label for that your model dot your username. The next one, that HTML dot text box for this one for username, that model, so model dot username, and that class will be that your class will be form control. Okay, this one for your username. And one more thing need to be add, that is for error message, that is a HTML dot validation message for, that will be the model dot username, and the next one will be the null, then the class. That class will be here text danger. The same things I'm going to copy for password, just copy and paste it here. Only need to change that user password. This one also user password, change the user password. Now need to add the button, that will be the submit button. The type, oh sorry, it will be that type, sorry, input type equal to submit. Okay, submit, then value will be the login, and name, also it will be the login, and class, that bootstrap class will be that button dash primary. Okay, that is done. Your login part has been done. One more thing we're going to add here, that is your validation message, validation summary, that will be here true and null, and your same class, that is a class is the text dancer. Okay, that is submit button, that is a submit, that value is login, name is login, and then properties of the login. Now open that your account controller. Now first we are going to change into web config. So because we are going to use that form authentication, so need to be add in the system.web server. Here I am going to add that authentication. Sorry, this system.web here. It will be that authentication mode will be forms. So because I am going to use that form authentication, and here next one will be the forms, then login URL. It will be your negation account controller and index. Okay, this one will be here. Now open the account controller, because it will, I'm going to use that form authentication, that's why I am added here. So now let's start here. First we will check that if model state dot is valid, that model state dot is valid, and here we need to start that one form authentication. No, let's start first. We will check that one. What's the name of that? That is the admin. So check that admin. Create that admin, obz admin. Now go that copy. Here I am checking that one if that particular user is exist or not. So we are going to use that admin dot single or default, because maybe that it will be not exist, so it will return that null. So that's why it's a single or default. Single why we used, because only one, it will be unique, that username should be unique only, so that's why we are using that single. Dot model dot your username is equal to object admin view model dot your username. Okay, so if some value will return if it's a null, so to check if it's a null, then it will be the model state dot add model error. So first it will be the string dot empty, key value is not required, then email is not exist. This one will be give the error. The next, if it's a successfully that email address is valid, so now we'll check password. So this one, this object dot your user password equal to should match with that, you enter password. Okay, this one. So this one also, if it's not match, just like not, then it will say email and password is invalid. Now again else, everything is okay. Now if as, so here because we are using that form authentication, here I'm going to set out keys, it will be the username. I'm going to use that username, and this one that is position making false. Now we can use that where auth is equal to new form authentication ticket, forms authentication ticket. Here first one is that your version, second one is name, so I can get that object admin dot username. Then next one is that your issue date. So datetime dot now your issue date. Then it's comparison that datetime dot now dot add minutes. It will be the 20 minutes. Now next is persistent, so it will make it false. The next is that user data. I'm going to add admin. Okay, that auth ticket has been generated. Now I'm going to encrypt that your auth ticket. So in string encrypt ticket equal to your form authentication dot encrypt. So encrypt, it will be that your ticket or tickets I'm going to encrypt. So encrypt, your ticket has been encrypted. Now then auth cookie equal to new your HTTP key so here that form authentication dot forms cookie name. Then next one will be the your encrypted ticket. Now I'm going to add into that HTTP context dot response dot cookies dot add. So it will be your auth cookie. Finally that cookie has been added. Then finally return redirect to action. So I'm going to return into because that admin is logging, so I'm going to redirect to that your admin controller. So index that admin, it will redirect to the index or admin. One more thing I'm going to add, this unobtrusive. Just right click, manage NuGet package. Here I'm going to install that unobtrusive. This one, just install this one. Now I can see that it's a successfully installed. Now I need to add into the layout. Just open the layout page, and here need to add two class library, two JavaScript file. Open the script. First one is that validate.mean.js, and another one is your unobtrusive mean.js. This two going to add. That is done. One more thing we can do in that index, here autocomplete I'm going to make off. Now run the application. Let's see. Now you can see here that is your login form. Here I'm going to write like tui@gmail.com. I will check that one if it's valid, invalid. Just enter, because this one I'm going to change the password for. So click on login. See, it's showing that email is not exist. Your email address is not exist. Okay. Now something need to be changed. First I am going to change that password for. Okay, this one has been done. Now here I'm going to add one more action method, that is a public action result, that is your log out, and here that return view. This one that also it will be redirect to action, but it should be redirect to your home controller. Redirect to this one should be home controller. And here form authentication dot sign out. That is. Now open that your partial employee login here. So here that if condition, we will check the request dot is authenticated if it's authenticated, and if it's not authenticated, that times. If it's not authenticated, then it should become here. If it's authenticated, so this one should be changed. This one is the account and it should be log out. This log out action method, and here one more thing need to be added, that is a log off. Another one need to display the name that who is login. So this one is not required, this one also not required. Here only need to display the name. So it will be the user dot identity dot name. That is done. Here it will display the user dot identity dot name. Once you will log out, so it will come here. Okay, and it will clear that all those cookies. Now again run the application. Now you see that it's employee login. Just click on employee login. Here you can write like a gmail.com, then password, then click on login. Let's see. See here, it's displaying that this one, that your email. I'm going to move because first so to come that username. So this one go to change to the employee login. This one move on top here. Just reload again. So this one should come here. See, now take to some, this one, this username is coming first, then log off. Once you click on log off, yeah, that is employee login came again. Okay, one more thing need to be do. Once that you employee will log in, it successfully log in, then admin should, this link should display. So how you will do that? Open the Visual Studio, open that your layout. Here also only I'm not going to check with the role, only I'm checking that if particular that employee is login, so it should display only. So request dot is authenticated, and this one should move on top. Okay, then one more thing is that in that account controller, no sorry, open that your admin controller. Here need to add authorize attribute. Okay, now again run the application. Now you can see there, you cannot see that your admin link. Okay, if you will try to log in with that your admin and index, okay, this one, you should redirect to that your login page. See, it's redirecting to login page. Now if you will try to log in, okay, click on login. Now you can see here that also admin will come, and this one also will change. See, now it's admin game. You can click here. Okay, once you will log off, that admin disappear. Okay, that is done. Now I'm going to add, I'm going to work with that their employee will add question and option with that answer. So just close all those except this one. Okay, here I'm going to start. First of all, in the open the Solution Explorer, and here need to add, go to the view model. Here I am going to add that category view model, because first that employee will select the category and then question, then option. So now here it will be add category view model. Okay, so category will be the drop down. So first I'm going to add category ID. Then next one, it will be the IEnumerable of selector, IEnumerable of select list item. It will be display the list of category, and inside of a category here I'm going to display that category name, list of category. Now open that your admin controller. It will return that this object category view model. Just create the object here, category view model, obj category view model equal to new category view model. Okay, so category view model dot, here come here dot list of category, this dot list of category equal to, here I'm going to like a from objcat in your object entities dot your categories, then select new select list item, and here I'm going to, we have to assign to list. Here we need to assign that your text and value will be your obj cat dot, your value will be category ID, so you need to convert that to string. The next one is your text, so obj cat dot category name. Okay, this one is done. So this one should be written here. Now going to call this category view model into the your index. So just right click and go to index, if it's go to view. Okay, so here need to add model and your add, that is done. Now use that using statement. Here also it will become html.begin form, and same one that your index, and this one is your admin, and then it will be the form method is the post, but I am going to use that jQuery. Okay, so again the div, that class equal to container, that container, and the div and the class it with the form control, form group, form group. Okay, done. Till now it's okay. Now open the view model and add the reference that user system dot component model dot data annotation. So this one should be changed, that your display, it should be display that name will be that your category, it will name to be category. Okay, so now add here html dot label for that model dot your category ID. Okay, that is done. The next your drop down list, html dot drop down list for, it will be the model, your model dot category ID, then model dot your list of category, then new, your class will be that from form control. That is done. One part has been done. Now next one will be that once you selected that your category, then you can add that question. So need to add one more, that is for question. So I'm going to add the one more properties, that is your question name. Okay, now display here I'm going to write a name is equal to QST and question. So this one should move on before question name, so this one will be here, and one here this one also is a required field, that also you can add that error message here, that your category is required. Again, that question also it's required, so need to add that question is required. Question is required. That 2 is added. Now here one more things need to add. Drop down. So this one will be the text area. Text area 4. So that is that question name. So this one also, this one is not required. Just delete. Text area for that question also. The third one, what is the third one is that your option. So admin controller here, just here write the properties, that is a option name. Okay, just copy and paste it here. Okay, this one will be the option name. Just paste it here. This one also, that will become question name. Other thing is okay, but here the text box for your category is done. It's a drop down. Next one is that question name. Then another one is the option. So option, it will be multiple, like a four option, minimum 4 options will be there. And but for this one I'm adding only 4 options. So 4 options, it should be come into the list. So I'm going to add one button, just form group here. So in that form group here I'm going to add one button, that is input type is that button, that class it will be button I'm going to add default, and the name will be option, and value add option here. So it will be that button. Once you're going to click that particular button, so it will be the add into the list. So I'm going to give the name of this particular button. So I'm going to add button add PTIO option. So where I'm going to add, I'm going to create one table, so there it will be add. So that table, that class is that your table condense. Sorry, table, instead of table content border, table condensed. That is an, and the style width should be 100%. Yeah, done. But one more thing need to add, that is ID is equal to table option. That is done. Okay, let's run the application. Let's see. First you need to log in. That is password. Click on login. It will be directed to that admin page only. See, first one is your category. You can see that your category, you will select the category, then question, then option. Once you click on add option, so it will be added into the list. Okay, then in the Visual Studio. Now first I'm going to drag that one script, that JavaScript file. Open the script, close all. This is script, and what's the name of that JavaScript? That is a jQuery 1.10, this one. So inside of that, one by one every step will be see. This one will be the your JavaScript. So now your document.ready function, simple, because we need to start with the document.ready function. So click on function, right? Now I'm going to create one function. option into list. This one I'm going to first check that your button, this button add option. So I'm going to dollar your ID selector dot click, then it will be the function. Going to add the function, so I'm going to add this one. This is done. Okay, now first check that one, your button text option, what's the name of that text box. So I didn't give the name, so I can give the name also. By default it will take that one, that option names, but I want to give that name, option names, your txt option name. So just it will not affect, so I'm writing that one, this particular name, because sometimes I forget that ID. Okay, once you are going to click on add option, so first I will check that one, it's that particular text option should be not be empty. So if dollar ID selector dot value should not be, if it's empty then it will return the error message alert. Option name should not be empty. Okay, and the return false, and return false, and this should be focus also, dot focus. That is done, one part has been done. The next, now another one, we'll check that one, if its length is 4, that table length means option it will be 4, then it should give the message if you are trying to add more. So TBL options, so again if dollar this dot, so what is the table, what I need to check the length, it will be the tr dot length equal to 4. If it's 4 already, if you are trying to add more, so it should give that message. Option should not more than 4. Okay, again return false. That is done. Okay, now third option, what that option means, like if already added into the list, it's you are not allowed to add more, means like it should be not duplicate, so that also need to be checked. So I will check, so dollar dot each so it will be the same like this, that your row is done, so it's checking that row, then function you have to check the value. So here I'm going to create the one where listed value is that, so one by one it will be checked. So dollar this dot find, so because that this particular dollar dot h, it's checking that your row, it's checking row, then inside of the row where you have to check that, it will be always, it will be the first column. So that find that your td equal to 0. Okay, that is part means first column, you are checking that one, first column. So if with the first column, what you will check that one, that is radio button. So input your type should be radio. Okay, that radio, then the radio, that particular value. Okay, that value. If listed value is equal to that your text value should return the error message, that is alert. It's already listed. That is done. But here need to check something like where is success equal to false. If it's success, if it's a true here, so I'm going to set this one is a true. Then here if is listed equal to true, then return your false. That part has been done also. Means three things I'm checking here. First, I'm checking that one text option. Second, I'm checking that your it should not more than 4. And third, I'm checking that if it's already listed or not. Okay, three things we are checking. Now, this one also in every condition. Three things after that. Now, need to add into that your table. So how will that? Where your option name equal to your txt value, this value, your text value you are getting. Now you need to add into table. So first of all, I'm going to add where row added equal to this double quote. First I'm going to start with the tr, then your td. Now need to add that input type, that is a input type should be radio, then value, and then after value one more thing need to be added, that is your name. Name is bit like an option name, and here that your option. This one I'm going to make a single quote, that value also, and then option name also it will be single name. Just copy this one and paste it here, this one. Okay, this one is okay. So this value need to be added here. So how you will add? Double value here, then also it will become double value here, then your it should be close your td and your tr should be close here. Now need to add this particular value into the table, your table. Here need to add dollar id selector dot append is that your row added at the row. Now it's done. Let's see the save and reload. Let's see that if you click on add option, so it's coming like that. It's not adding. Let's check, inspect that one. What's the problem? This one is giving that error. Okay, that's the error. Because I use a colon here, it should be equal to type equal to radio. Save, reload again. One more thing we can do that one. Once is added, so what we'll do that one. First we'll focus. Should be good if we'll focus, and then value should be empty. Well, should be empty. Now save. Now reload. Okay, just add some value. Added. See cleaning also. See adding. Just close. And again I'm trying to add. See, you are getting options should not more than 4. This one also should be clear. Where is message is coming? Should not more than 4. First it will be the focus, and then value should be empty. This one also done. It's already listed, that also should come here. You can create a variable also, that reset function, and you can call that function. Okay, reload. One more thing need to be added. Question should not be empty. So one more thing here I'm going to add, that your question. Save and check that what's the name of that question. That is here, this one question, so I'm going to add that name, that is ID equal to your TST question name. So this one your question name. So first I'll check that one question name. Question and question name should not be empty. Now reload. Now add here. First the question name should not be empty. So focus here. So I'm going to add the questions. Added. That is done. Question name should not be empty. But if I'm trying to add, it will give the option should not be more than 4. Focus. Again, if you will check that one, just reload again. We'll check that value. Just like I'm trying to add one question. 4 plus 5 equal to what? So the option I'm going to add 7. Again that 9. Okay. Again, if I'm trying to add that 7, let's say 7, should give that error message. See, it's already listed. You can see that it's already listed. Click on OK. It's already listed. Now I'm going to add that 10. Now again that 12. See, it's perfect. I'm going to give the space from the here. We are going to give the space from the top. Here I'm going to make some break. So it will be a little bit down. Reload. See, now it's okay. Okay, now I'm going to add one button. So here after the table I'm going to add that one button. So div, again that class container, and here that div, it will be the class form group, and that button input type equal to button, then value will be the save, and name also it will be the save, and class going to as the button your primary. Save and reload again. Yeah, you can see here one button. So once you this one you are going to save, so it should be saved into the database. Now we will work on going to create that add what's the name of that save. So just give the name that ID equal to button save. So again this one I'm going to call here that ID selector dot click, that function that is a function save question and option. So this one should be here. Okay. Okay. Something need to be changed here. First, I will check this one. Okay, this one I'm going to check and going to give that error message. Options should not more and less, not more and less than 4. Okay, first we have checked that one, it should be 4 only. Okay, now next one, what we need to check that one, we have to check that ones should be selected always, just like here. If I'm adding that one, because first need to add the questions. If I'm adding something, so answer should be selected, just like if it's a 2 plus 3 equal to what, so answer should be selected. Like if I'm adding 5 and one more thing, if you select that, it should be selected like this. Okay, it should be selected like this. So answer, so you should tell that one, then admin should tell that what is the actual answer. So need to check that one if it's they have selected or not. So how we'll check? That again. So what we'll do, that $.each function. Okay, $.each function. Here I am going to call this one, this particular table row. Okay, then we'll check that function, this function. Okay, this particular table and row. Now in that function, because it will be as a loop. Okay, so that times we need to check here something is not good. If it's not equal to 4, then we should give the error message. Okay, not start here. What we'll do, we'll check here if it's selected or not. So we'll build answer text. So how you will get that answer text? You should use the $.this. You are reached to the row, then find. But need to find your column. What is your column? Your TD equal to your 0th column. Then your input type equal to your radio. Okay, your radio. Now then radio, then you have to say that checked, then you can get the value. Okay, so here you need to check that one, if is that answer, if it's not checked, so you will get that error. Now here that loop is going, so this one should, we are going to add outside where, so just delete, and this one will be empty. That is done. If your answer text equal to undefined, then alert that error message, please, or select the answer, return false. Okay, let's check, just reload this one. Here need to add that question, 2 plus 3 equal to what? So I've added 3, 4, 5, 6. I didn't select it, just click on save. Let's see, select the answer. See, you are getting the message because it's saying that select the answer. So I'm going to click on select. Once you're going to click save, always you are getting that. let's see that one, why we are getting that error message, because always it's saying that it's a undefined. Oh, there is a problem here, because next time it's going again, it's setting that one. It should be break. Once its answer text is defined, so means like it's get the value, it should be break. So it should be come out. So how you will do that one? If you will do return here, return, it should be come from out from this function. What we have done, that we have changed that answer valid, that is undefined. We are assigning that word particular. If is answer valid is that undefined, so we are assigning here this one. First we are checking that is answer text does not undefined, so I am assigning that answer valid, that particular answer text. Okay, just add here 2 plus 3 equal to question mark. If it will be 4, 5, 6 and 7. Now if you click on save, let's see, select the answer. Once you click the answer, that is 2 plus 3, 5, save, it's working fine. Now everything is done here. Now I need to save into the database. Now we are going to save the database, save the data into database. Save, just here. Let's start. First of all, need to add options. So we are going to create the where options, that it will be the array. Just make a loop, and here one more thing is that answer text. This one is the entity. So now we are going to make the loop. Same, I'm going to copy this one here. This one is here, because it's a duplicate declaration. I'm going to change this one. Answer text, this one is the data. So just delete this one. If answer text does not equal to undefined, that means it's an answer text. So that is the your answer text data. So if it's not defined, that it will be the answer text. And then we need to add that particular value into the option. So that is that answer text. You got that answer text. So here need to add option, that is your push method. You have to use that push method. Push method is your answer text. So now that answer, your option will be add here, and this one is that your final answer. This one is your final answer. Okay. Now one more thing is that need to add one variable, that is your going to write like a question option with answer, question option. Okay, this one, this variable. Now add this one. First one is that option dot your options, your option will be that your collection, these options. Okay, second one is your answer text, your answer text. So your answer text is answer text data, this one. The next one is your questions. So I'm going to add that question. Question will be your where is that question text? Yeah, this one. This is your question. One more thing is that your category ID dot category ID. So it will be the dollar your has, then your category. What is that category? It will be the category ID only, that this one is your category. So here I'm going to write that id, that id is equal to drop down category category id. Here this one is a category id. So here need to get the value. This one dot your value. Okay, that is done. Now call the dollar dot ajax. Okay, now to start that async equal to true. Type, it will be the post. Your data type will be the JSON. Your data is equal to JSON.stringify. That is your question option. Okay. Now next, after data type, then it will be the URL. URL will be the your admin / index. Now your success method, success, then it will be the function, then check the data. So if data dot success equal to true, then alert data dot message, and one more else this one error message. The next is that error, and it will be the function data, no need to return alert. There is some problem to process your request. Please try after some time. Okay. Now create one class, that is a question options. Go to the view model, add class, that is your question option view model. Here it will be the first teaser category ID. Second one is that your answer text, then question name, and one more I'm going to add that class, that for apps option class, that is for option, that options model. Here it will be that string your option name. Just match with this one. Answer text should be this, question name. So here I'm going to write a question name, and category ID, and collection of option. Option should be that your string, that is string. This one should be, it should be list of your list of string. Also you can write, no need to create the class because it will be the string only. List of options. So this one need to just same, you have to match list of option. No need to create the class because that option will be always string. Okay. Now this one need to call into admin controller. Where is that create one action method, action result, that will be your index. So here I'm going to that obj view model. This one will be the HTTP post return. This one I'm going to return the JSON result, JSON some dummy JSON allow get. But here it will be the new your message equal to data successfully added. And one more thing is that your success equal to true. That this one should be same with your this one, this message. Okay, now let's check that what data is coming. Just run the application, open the index, let's see. Now login. Now first add the question. Select the answer, click on save. Let's check the data. Oh, it's coming null only. List of this one also it's null. Let's check one time. This one here we are adding that option which should be like this, and here we miss actually, that is your content type. So content type is equal to application slash JSON, then char set to UTF-8. Just save it, make a breakpoint here. Let's see. Click on employee login. Here that password is login. Now here I'm going to add the question 2 plus 3 into where, and it should be 4, 5, 6, 7. So 5 is the answer. Now click on save. Let's see the data. Yeah, that everything is coming perfect. That your options 4, 5, 6. Your answer text is your 5. Now need to save into database. Okay, your entity is like this. First I am going to save your question. So going to create that one object, that is your question, obj question is equal to new your question. Okay, so obj question dot your question name. What is your question name? Is that your question name. Now next obj question dot your category ID. Category ID is that your question name dot category ID. Okay, that is done. Second one is that your is active, it's a true, it's a multiple, make it false. Okay, that is done. Now this value should be add entities dot your questions dot add to that obj question. So obj dot save changes. One is that the now question is saved. Now next is that your option. Then need to save option. So here I am getting that one, that in question ID, because question ID is important. So this one will get the question ID. Question ID good. Now you will make a for each loop. So because we need to add that option dot your list of option. Here I will be the add that item. So next one is that your options. So create that object of option, new options. So option will be first that option name. So option name is that item. Then your what is next? Your question ID. So question ID is here. This one. Now here also it will be that dot option dot add. So add will be your object option. Now next, now save that, save changes dot save changes. That is done. This option. Now need to add your answer text. So answer will be the obj answer. Sorry, obj answer. Create that object, new that answer. So answer dot answer text, your question dot answer text. The next one is that object dot your question ID. Question ID will be your question ID. Same like this one also, object entities dot answers dot add. That is your object answer. Now again save changes. That is done. Now everything is done here. So once it will be saved, that is alert that successfully saved. So need to reset. Again it should be ready for. So where is that focus and okay, leave that one. This one value, question name, this one, then question, then should be focus. Okay, question will be done. Then what is next? Your option. Options also should be like that only. Just copy this one only. So just change this one. Your option is also blank. Now need to remove that your row value. So $.tr should be remove. That remove. So what is next? The next one is your the DD. Yeah, this value. This should come here. Make it this one 1. Now open that SQL. Here that one is the admin. Now first we'll check that question. It's a blank option. It's a blank. Now answers. This one is also blank. Now run the application. Just close this one. Now run the application. Let's see. First login at gmail.com. Password is login. Okay. Now question is 2 plus 3 equal to, option will be the 3, 4, 5, 6. Now click on 5. So now click on save. Its data successfully added. Click on OK. Yes. Now check in the database. First one is that your question. Just execute. See, the question came. Category ID 1 is multiple false, is active true. Now check that options. Option is also there. You can see that the option. Now it's an answer. You can see that answer. Now you can see that answer is coming. Now again, I'm going to add the question. 2 into 5 is equal to blank. So it should be 23, 34 to 10 and 24. So 10 is your correct answer. Click on save. Data successfully added. Click on OK. Now here you can see the data. Second one is second questions is executed successfully. 2 plus 4 multiple, and then you can see that the options. This one is your options with that question ID 2, and third one is your answer. This one is the second question, answer is 10. Okay. Till now I hope it's clear. In the next video we are going to play that quiz. So first we will provide that one screen there. That user can select that your category, and it will enter the name. Once he will enter the name, it will redirect to another page that it will display all the quiz questions. Once it will be done, then final page it will display your result. Thanks for watching.